A lot of you guys are more afraid of success than you are of failure. A lot of you guys are more afraid of stepping outside your comfort zone than you are of success. A lot of you guys are more afraid of nervousness and stress than you are of success. And guess what? Stress is part of the process to success. Nervousness and stepping out of your comfort zone is part of the game to succeed. You don't think the president is nervous and stressed out when he has to make an important decision that affects the entire country, in fact, the entire world for that matter? You don't think Elon Musk was stressed out and nervous when he was starting up Tesla and SpaceX, when he was on the verge of bankruptcy, when he had one more launch, when he had the resources for one more launch for SpaceX before he had to call it quits because he ran out of resources after that? You don't think Tom Brady was nervous a few Super Bowls ago when he was losing towards the end of that match? Speaking of the Super Bowl, right now it is February 4th, and the next Super Bowl is actually happening this Sunday, like 5 days from now. And you don't think every athlete on that playing field is nervous going into that? Like you don't think they're stressed out going into that? You got jokes if you think that they're not nervous about that at all. And that's at the highest level. You don't think Dwayne Johnson was nervous going into the ring back when he was wrestling? You don't think he was nervous stepping on stage behind the camera to make movies, to make films for Hollywood? You don't think freaking Michael Phelps was nervous at the Olympics to take the freaking stand and to take podium by storm? If you notice, when you watched him like before he competed, he had his headphones on, his earbuds in. What was he doing? He was trying to calm himself down. He's trying to stay in the zone, stay focused, because he was nervous and stressed out. That's normal. Part of the process to winning, to achieving greatness, to achieving legendary status at the highest level. And you know what's 100 times worse than being nervous? Is doing nothing at all in the process. Most people quit before they even start. Most of you guys are more afraid of failure than you are of success. In fact, once again, it's February 4th, and I promise you, over half of the people that started their New Year's resolution on January 1st have already quit at this point. They woke up tired, sore, exhausted. They've already quit. They're done. That's already half of the population in itself that started that. Things got a little hard. Things got a little rough. Quit. Boom. Done. Because we got soft. In the time of ease, comfort, and convenience, we got soft. Is that something? David Goggins said this perfectly. Life does not get any easier. In fact, life only gets harder. To instead, we must get harder within, mindset-wise. We must get stronger. We must get more resilient to stress, nervousness, and self-doubt. That is how you win the game. Personal example for myself. Actually, to rewind that back, Will Smith had a perfect line for this that I want to share with you right now. That the best things in life are placed on the other side of fear. I'll say that one more time, just that way you don't forget it. The best things in life are placed on the other side of fear. Personal example for myself. In the last 10 years alone, if not longer than that, every single time I was stressed out and nervous and jumped out of my comfort zone and beyond terrified of doing that, guess what? It was during that same moment when I thought I would be the most terrified, the most stressed out, and the most nervous, I was actually having the most fun. And afterwards, I was grateful for overcoming all that stuff in the first place. Every single one of those moments between, as an introvert, public speaking, oh my God, you guys, that's one of the biggest fears and biggest nightmares as a massive introvert is public speaking. I've done that 3 times now. It gets easier over time. Jumping out of a plane as someone that is not so inclined for heights. Done that twice, more than twice at this point. Hitting PRs in the gym. going into it thinking, am I going to be able to lift this? Am I going to fail? Instead, boom, done. Nailed it. Gave it a shot, done. Every PR I've attempted, I've nailed it and then some. Flying across the country solo as an introvert 5 years ago. A massively quiet, shy introvert to get inside of a room of 500 people, of 500 strangers without knowing a soul. Terrifying as an introvert. But I did anyway, and guess what? I'm grateful for it because I have now evolved into a vibrant ambivert that's now the most motivated, integrated person in the entire room, and then some. Nervousness and stress is something out of your comfort zone. Is how you evolve to grow to become your strongest and best self. Some of you may be thinking imposter syndrome. Like, what will the haters have to say? Who cares what the haters have to say? The haters will find things to say no matter what you do. So you might as well do something great and worthwhile to achieve excellence in the process. And then let the haters motivate you to keep going, second those freaking wins in the process. And circling back to imposter syndrome, which is nothing more than a lack of experience. That's all that is at the end of the day. And guess what? You get experience by putting yourself out there to achieve greatness over time. Bottom line, you guys, is this. If you want to achieve greatness, if you want to achieve a life of success, happiness, freedom, profit, and fulfillment, it starts by putting in the reps, by stepping out of your comfort zone, by facing fear dead in its face, by facing nervousness, and getting out there to shine. Every single time I've done that for myself, by facing fear dead in its face, my biggest, darkest fears dead in their face, by overcoming stress, overcoming nervousness, every single time I'm grateful for it, and I would not be here today if that wasn't the case. Every single time. If you want to achieve greatness, face fear in its face and say, what's up? And to get better and stronger at overcoming fear to make it your bitch. To then wake up with purpose, execute with passion, and make your future self proud. I'm done talking. Stand by to get some. JB out.